Good evening, everybody. It is Friday evening. It is literally sorry, my eyes are a little itchy. Um, it is the end of my first full week of my new job. Granted, I started last Thursday, not Friday, but um, it's going great. I am coming home feeling happy, feeling fulfilled, and that I've achieved my goals for the day of getting through the day. Um, you know, it it is literally not only does it fit me because factor, it's a full. I don't want to say it's a full time job because I don't really see it as a full time job because there's I don't want to say less work, but there's definitely definitely less stress. Yeah, the lunch rush can be a little hectic because of the fact that you've got food flying out the door, all over, not physically flying all over the place, but order after order or after order. But the thing is, it only lasts like I think it only lasts like maybe 2 hours max out of my day, out of a 6 hour day. And I'm like, I come home and I'm not feeling like I don't feel like doing, I don't come home feeling dragged out and beaten down or anything like that. So it's been a really good, really good week so far. Um, Granted, I am working the next 2 days. I have to double check my schedule, but I think I'm working the next 2 days. And so far, the busiest out of all the days that I've been there has been Sunday because, like, right after church lets out, let's say 11:30, 11:30, half an hour or so after we open our doors, we get a good 2 hours worth of orders because people come, church is done. Let's go eat lunch. What's close? That kind of thing. But actually, there's no buts. I don't even know why I said but. I mean, I'm sticking with it. I'm enjoying it. I'm not having any problems. I'm coming home feeling good. Granted, is it yesterday well, I know it's today. I don't remember it. I don't think it was yesterday, but I think it was just today alone. Um, because yesterday I had the day off. But yeah, today I came home and I was feeling good. And then I don't want to say things went south or things went sour, but Jerry Ann had to go down to Salem, which is a 20-25 minute drive to go pick up some stuff at that Walmart that they didn't have at our Walmart. And things just kind of went chaotic because not to drive there or anything like that, but I started having problems with my phone, technical issues with the phone. Um and just one thing or another just kind of went, we're not going to act out. We're not going to do right. We're just going to act up. And now you can call that karma. You can call that retribution for last night and some of the things that I said. You can call it whatever. Um, but then after I started settling down, after relaxing, and basically letting the water roll off my back, so to speak, because of just and I don't blame it on I blame it on myself. I blame it on myself, and I blame it on just who some of my character flaws, and I know what my character flaws are. So I read them, I either answered them or just pushed them off to the side. Like I'm not gonna let it bug me. I'm not gonna read it. I did do a video a few minutes ago to deal with that. To positively and properly try to deal with it. Um, when I go to put that out later on this evening, sorry, I'm scratching my shin. It just I'll just basically case close. I wanted to do this particular video for two different subjects. one particular subject, and I know, I'm not even going to worry about how people react because it's not a negative thing. I was going through some of my stuff, my files, I don't want to call them my files, but it was like paperwork that I had either stuffed in a book or in a journal or one thing or another. And I found this page. And this page is actually a Bible meditation verse. And literally, that's what my cousin wrote on here. And it's from the summer of '05, before my cousin passed away from cancer. But she had 57, and I counted these, 57 Bible verses that she basically wrote down in a journal. And I wish I had her letter. But my cousin Michelle was a sweet kid. I don't even know why I call her kid, because she's roughly a year to 2 years older than I am. She would have been 51 this year. She has two great kids. One of them just graduated from high school. The other one has, I don't really know how to describe it, because it's a medical condition. There's nothing she can do about it. I hate using this word. I hate using the R word. It's a form of physical and mental. I'm not even going to use the R word. Physical and mental handicap. I don't like using the R word. That's why I didn't. And I'm not even going to tell you what the R word is, because if you've worked with children or adults who have physical or mental handicaps, you know what the R word is. And it's one that, because of my wife and the factor that she worked with mentally and physically handicapped adult women and men in her program back in New York that she worked for, we don't use that word. But anyhow, it's 57 Bible verses. Now, I've read them all, and I probably wrote them, journaled them, and whatnot of my own accord. And my cousin Michelle and her brother Philip grew up, well, most of their life in Ohio. And Michelle especially was very, very kind, very loving, very open-hearted. Let's just put it this way. If there is any way that a human being can totally and utterly embody the Word of Christ and live by the Word of Christ, she would be one of them. But she had a list of names for everybody who needed. Basically, in her journal, one of the journals that she left her, basically her husband read through, because it was something she told him to do if she passed away, was a list of names, family and friends, basically, who she wanted to get. It was on her. They were on her prayer list. My family, well, me and Mom were one of them. So I got the letter, and I don't remember where I put it, but I was thinking, and this is going to be interesting, and this is going to be long, because I was thinking about doing a daily Bible verse. Basically reading the verse and communicating or talking about it, because I think that these particular verses, and they're throughout the whole Bible, Exodus through all the way to 3rd John, basically. Various Bible verses throughout the Bible that she wanted people to read, because literally, if you were to read these verses, you would see a glimpse into her life, her mindset, I guess you'd say. But one of them that she has with an asterisk and it says memorize in capitalized words is Ephesians 3, chapter 3, verses 16 to 21. Now, I can't remember what that was off the top of my head, but she basically capitalized it and said memorize. So I'm thinking about doing those. Um, the other thing is, somebody said that I should go ahead and talk about the books that I recently purchased. I got one of them today. The other one I'm hoping to come soon. Hold on one second. Why is it when I start doing videos, my nose wants to go nuts? Now, this one, The Nordic Way, is actually a cookbook. It is, literally, it says right here on the cover, discover the world's most perfect carb to protein ratio for preventing weight gain or regain and lowering your risk for disease. And it's based on a breakthrough scientific research from the International, and I can't even pronounce this word, so I'm going to spell it. DIOGENES study. I guess it has to do with your digestive system. It was written by three women who, and it says on the back, I'll even read this back. The backing says, could this be the world's most perfect diet? A runaway bestseller when first published in its native Denmark, The Nordic Way draws on the author's large-scale pre-viewed study to identify the ultimate ratio of carb to protein for maintaining a healthy body weight. The key is eliminating the kind of deprivation that leads to binging and backsliding, and instead prioritizing lower GI foods and emphasizing satisfying flavors and textures over calories or portion size. With simple yet satisfying recipes, the Nordic Way makes it easy, even pleasurable, to prevent the gradual weight gain so often associated with aging, and even to keep significant weight loss off for good while eating well at home or on the go. And I'm just reading some of the information about the authors. One of them studied, what is it? Oh, she's the head of nutrition, exercise, sports at the Faculty of Science, University Copenhagen. Has built up one of the world's largest obesity research teams. Then a professor, Jenny Brand Miller, is recognized internationally for her research on the GI index, and she is the author of a series, The New Glucose Revolution and the Low GI Diet. And then Christina Bitz is the head of research at some hospital that I cannot pronounce in Denmark, and the author of 8 best-selling books in Europe. Oh, Christian is a guy. I'm sorry, I thought it was a lady. He's a regular contributor on Danish healthy living television programs. Now, I haven't really gotten into it because I started to read it, and then we started doing our budget and making dinner. And it literally says in the very beginning, it's not a diet, it's a lifestyle. So I really want to get into it. The science behind the Nordic Way, and it talks about the book. The world's largest dietary study. So, I'm the first 27, 28, 30, About the first 30 pages is just about the book and the science behind it and the whatnot. And then it goes to talk about how to make basically the principles behind it, what to put in your shopping cart. And then it even goes into all kinds of information. Choosing the right foods, portioning. Granted, some of this looks like it's in metrics, which is going to be fun for me because I've never been really good with the metric system. How much fat do you have in your body? Basically, it even answers questions like, is alcohol healthy? You can skip this section if you do not drink alcohol because no one should start drinking beer or wine in order to achieve healthy gains. But if you enjoy a glass or two now and then, read on. So I'll have to read that because I do enjoy a glass every so often. Herbs and spices, beers and wines, protein makes better. Meal planning. It even literally gives you a base meal plan. But, okay, now it talks about, there we go, foods. Hot cereal with blueberries. Skyer, I've never heard of. I'll have to figure out what that is. With granola, and now it starts getting into the actual recipes. But yeah, as I go through this book, I will talk a little bit more about it. Wow. I'm going to make you guys hungry because I just read a couple of these recipes real quick and went, wow. Hot cereal with blueberries, granola, ham and cheese omelet. Let's see, ham and cheese omelet. 2 eggs, salt, freshly ground black pepper, 1 tablespoon old-fashioned rolled oats. Rolled oats inside scrambled egg. Interesting. 2 tablespoons of olive oil instead of regular canola oil. Slice of lean ham, 2 slices of cheese, and sliced tomato. Well, I'm not a big fan on tomatoes, but you know what? I've eaten them. Not a big fan, but I will eat them. Might have to dice them up so they're really small instead of sliced. Pita with ham, carrot, and cottage cheese. Might be hard to find some of these items. 1 low GI whole wheat pita bread, lightly toasted. I think I might be able to find it in some of the whole healthy areas of one of my grocery stores. Fried egg with almond butter sandwich. Wow. Warm rye cereal with apples and hazelnut. Okay. Egg and cottage cheese. Well, I'm not a big fan of cottage cheese, but you know what? One of the things I do already know that I'm going to have to do is step out of my comfort zone to get healthy. Because, I'm reading some of these and I'm going, well, it sounds interesting. And then I start reading some of the items in it and go, well, I'll have to take a look at it. They even have one item here called a Sunday morning breakfast. Treat yourself to this smorgasbord of healthy options for a lazy Sunday breakfast in bed. 6 ounces chopped or sliced mixed seasonal fruit as needed. Half cup low-fat plain SKYR. I gotta figure out what that item is because that's in a lot of stuff. Tablespoon homemade granola or Cocoa nips. Oh, I know what those are. Okay. Olive oil spray, one sliced pistachio. No, not pistachio, Jim. You know this word, prosciutto. Okay, prosciutto or other lean ham. An egg, one sliced whole grain rye bread or whole rye pumpernickel. I like pumpernickel. Tablespoon of hummus, salt and freshly ground pepper, and a small sliced tomato. Okay, sounds interesting. Like I said, I'm just flipping through these and I'm like, wow, these sound good. And this is just the breakfast section. I haven't even gotten to like lunches. But yeah, I will definitely read through this and tell you what I'm finding and what I'm thinking about it. And wow. But yeah, the whole back half of this book is recipes. So I can't wait to start reading that. Anyhow, give me your thoughts and opinions on both the Bible verses and the cookbook, the Nordic Way dietary. I guess I'll call it a dietary book because it's basically it's a book to help you get your carb to protein ratio straightened out and help you lose weight with a diet. And some of the foods sound weird, but the ingredients sound good. Um, that and the factor, you and I can now experiment with cooking because depending on the recipes and depending on how other members of this household, now, actually, I shouldn't say house, between me and Jerry, because mom will probably go, no, thank you. But me and Jerry can eat this and make something separate for mom or try to get her to try it or, you know, I don't know. We'll figure it out as we go. But some of those recipes sounded so simple and so easy, even though the ingredients sounded for an American, basically, for somebody who lives here in the States, some of the food ingredients and some of the ideals, I guess, from the foods might seem a little not within our wheelhouse because it's different. But hey, you know what? Growing up the way I did, in the military as a child, spending 3 years in Germany. I mean, there's a lot of things that we learned about in Germany that we were at first like, that sounds bizarre, but it was fun. It was interesting. It was an adventure. And I think that's part of what I want. I want to get back to that adventurous state of being where I'm willing to try new things. I'm willing to do things that might be out of my norm or outside of my comfort zone. But the thing is, one thing I've learned recently in my life is, and this all stems from getting in, going to New York, marrying Jerry Ann, being involved with her family, and just doing things that it was out of my norm for the time, it was out of my comfort zone. I still have issues with stepping outside of my comfort zone. Um, that's just part of life is stepping out of that comfort zone. If you stay in your comfort zone your entire life, I will guarantee you this much because I've been there. I've done that. And I was thankful somebody took me out of my comfort zone. Is your life will get stale. Your life will get boring. You'll end up becoming just so disconnected from the world around you. Whether you become a hermit or a recluse or however you want to put it. Don't do that. It's not good for your health. It's not good for any aspect of life. If if I had stayed the way I was before I got married, one, I would probably never have a house of my own or a home of, or a place of my own. Two, I'd probably never have a car of my own. Three, I'd be one of these 40-year-olds playing video games in mom's basement type person. No, 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 no. I look back at that person going, I am so glad I am not you anymore. Yes, I might play video games from time to time, but I've done more since I got married and got out of my comfort zone than I would have if I would have stayed in my comfort zone and never left Missouri to go to New York. Now, I am I'm dealing with I've got a lot on my plate right now because of a lot of things that are going on, that some of them are in my control, some of them are not in my control, and some of them I have to deal with whether I want to or not to, because if they don't get dealt with, things will go south. Now, I had a comment that I addressed, and I'm not going to bring it up. I'm not going to tell you what it was and whatnot. But the situation here right now with what's going on after Joanne's birthday party and whatnot has been, I don't want to say a strain on anybody. It's more of, I have my issues and I don't always go to Jerry Ann to talk about them. And Jerry Ann has her issues and she doesn't always come to me and talk to me about them. So what happens is she's trying to deal with her issues, I'm trying to deal with my issues, and sometimes those issues interconnect with each other, sometimes they don't. And it's not that I'm not quiet about my issues, it's I have this, I don't know how to describe it really. I really don't know how to describe it. But I somehow project my feelings. Not always my emotions, as in yelling at somebody or crying over something, but my moodiness, my brooding, things like that. And it affects Jerry Ann. It affects people around me. And due to a lot of different things that were not fully in my control, like the loss of a job, trying to find another job wasn't in my control. It was just getting hired that was not fully in my control. Just little things like that pile up. And when they start to pile up, I get easily distracted, easily stressed, easily confused. And because of that, things don't always go smoothly. Thankfully, though, within the last couple of days since this occurred, we've sat down and talked. Even though we talked, it's not like done, finished, or whatever. It's still a work in progress. That's the word I wanted to use. So I'm going to apologize, not just because of the factor I'm bringing up this subject or whatnot, but because of the factor when I get this way, I start to talk. And if it's getting recorded or whatnot, I'm talking on camera, I will sometimes forget about how some of my words can affect others. And it's one of those things that I've been working on for most of my life. And I don't always mean to offend people, but sometimes I do offend people. So I'm sorry in advance and for previous offenses. But that aside, I don't even know why I brought that up. I don't know. It was one of those side things that I wanted to apologize for. But I am pretty sure a lot of you will want to hear more on this, on the Bible verses from my cousin. And I am pretty sure a lot of you will want to hear more about my discoveries through the Nordic Way cooking and dietary information. I know I've talked in previous vlogs about how I am health-wise trying to change my healthy habits, basically. And I know my sister-in-law, when she's here, because she's on a keto diet, all we ate was like keto type food or keto inspired foods and whatnot. And personally, I don't think there was enough protein. Now, just glancing at this and not like looking at their exact dinner items, but I know for a pretty strong fact that the Norse people ate a balance between meats, grains, and vegetables that they had in their area. So it was kind of like there was several nights where I was like, where's this meat? I don't mind eating all the vegetables, but I'm pretty sure meat is an acquired, not an acquired, an important part of any diet. I know some diets try to cut out not raw, red meats. So the meats that we did have for the most part was either chicken or pork. I got no problem with chicken or pork. I'll eat either or. But there are certain other protein-based products, like protein-based meats, like fish. I'll eat flounder. I've eaten fluke. I've eaten cod. Never really had salmon. Trying to think of some of the other fishes that are out there that are in a lot of different meals. Shrimp I've had. Yeah, shrimp, fluke, flounder, cod, salmon. No, I haven't had salmon. I haven't had catfish either. But anyhow, I'm gonna, dig into that book. Because this right here has got 57 Bible verses to go over, I'm like trying to rack my brains for do I do all 57 in a straight shot, which is going to take almost 3 months worth, or do I try to break it up, or what? So I'm going to ask you all a question. The question is, should I do all 57 over a 3-month period of time, or should I break this up with a little bit of this? Or how do you think I should go about it? Because I'm not doing this just for you. Even though I've already read through them, I know my brain. And I know every so often I need a refresher. Now, this might be good to go through in a long stretch and go over each verse, one video a day for the next 57 days. Not only just for my benefit, but maybe for yours. Maybe something I say that has to do with that verse sparks your imagination, or not your imagination. I hate to use that word sometimes. Sparks your mind. Sparks part of your body, your spirit, your soul, whatever. So I just want to, hear your opinion. And see where that goes. This video might not get out until Saturday sometime, but we'll see. I figured I'll give it a day or two to get everybody's opinion before I start it. Maybe start it Monday. I don't know. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Any questions, comments, or your opinion or feelings about me doing Bible verses compared to the Nordic diet, Nordic way. I'd like to hear what you feel, how you feel, what you think. So we'll see how that goes. See what the polls say, as they say. So any I'm about ready to repeat myself. Anybody who's basically watching this video who is not a subscriber wants to subscribe, you can hit that little subscribe button and a bell will pop up. Click on that bell and YouTube will let you know when I put in a new video. Until next time, God bless, be safe, be mindful of what's going on. Take care of yourselves, take care of your families. Until next time, have a good one. Bye.